Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now there is Srila Prabhupada does not avoid talking some things which may not be acceptable to society. Like we talk about women's liberation movement, Prabhupada was not very happy with that. Even though he became very unpopular in America at that time, he didn't care. Similarly now, it's not in society very much, in scientific community and in the schools and college textbooks. What is presented is that there is no information given about life on other planets. And Prabhupada was quite upset about that. And if you see logically also, we see the first fundamental knowledge, even before we begin a discussion on this, is that first you have to define life. No? We say there is life on moon or sun or not. First you have to define what is life. Maybe we don't agree to the definition itself. And the definition of life is undefined in the modern so-called scientific community. They can't even define what is life. Therefore, they go ahead and say a set of neurons make something living. Now machines will mimic us. One madness after another. So the definition of life is it is Satchidananda, it's eternal, full of knowledge, full of happiness. That is life. Consciousness is that. Satchidananda Swarupa of the soul. It is eternal, it is full of knowledge, and it's full of happiness. But today it is locked in a situation where the body, which is temporary, full of ignorance and full of pain. Therefore it's an incompatible situation. Srila Prabhupada talks about this, that when it's talking in the purport, the previous purport, that when God comes to this world, He does not experience Janam Mritu Jara Vyadhi. The pain of Janam Mritu Jara Vyadhi He doesn't experience. Therefore it is called Janma Karma Chame Divyam. Lord's birth and activity, the Divya. They are not full of kashta, they are full of happiness. His birth, His disappearance from the world, they are all activities of Satchidananda Swarupa, full of happiness, full of knowledge, full of eternity. But when we come to this world, we are not in the same way. Our bodies and the soul is different. Therefore we are called embodied. So even though nothing happens to the soul, because of identifying with the body, the soul experiences birth, old age, disease and death. Dehinosmani yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhira satranam mohit. Krishna gives a very logical argument. My childhood body is gone, but I am still staying. That means I am different from the body. And after this body dies, I'll continue to stay. Dhiraha, sober person, any sober person can contemplate on this and get convinced. It's a very powerful, infallible argument. We had a childhood body, the body is gone, but I am still living. That is, I am not the body. Okay, it's very easy to understand. So we see in the different Vedic literatures, there is a description of life on different planets. But modern day science doesn't agree because they don't even get define life first. If we can define life, then we can talk. We say there is gold or there is not gold. First, can we define gold, then we talk. Correct? If our definition is not agreeing, what is it on? So Prabhupada didn't agree to this argument. He said, just like, and I see water, I see life there. So life is adjusted to that atmosphere. I cannot stay in water inside more than half an hour, I'll die. Correct? Fishes are living. Their body is made for that atmosphere. Therefore, the body can, the life is the soul, not the body. And it can have a body according. That's called Kumandukanaya, logic of the frog in the well. Now the frog has only experienced well, so it doesn't know about the ocean. So similarly, we have not experienced life on another planet. So how do we say it cannot be there? Suppose I had not seen life in water. I'll assume it is not there because life in water is a little different from life on earth. Correct? When I go to the water, I'm shocked. Not one. There are millions of species. Jalaja Navalakshan, 9 lakh species in water. They're living, running around. Oh. They adapted to water. They are shocked that when they go inside the water, they go. They go deep in submarine, they go deep floor of the ocean. Even the lowest floor of the ocean, they find life there. Even though there is a heavy pressure of water on you. Correct? It's not easy. But there also life is there. They find life is there. There was one, they took a submarine and they had a launch. And one of the richest people of the world were there in it to see that, Titanic submerged in the bottom of the ocean floor. So people pay a very big ticket. They pay 1 crore something to go see that. Okay, and some people went, but when they're faced with the pressure of the water, the submarine crushed, and all the people inside died. Okay, there were some important people in there. So even in such a hostile, difficult situation where, submersible getting crushed or whatever, the life is still there. So life is there in water, life is there on earth, we see that. We see life in air, correct? So how do you assume there is no life on fire? Earth, water, air, fire, why? Prabhupada said, what is the difficulty to understand? Sometimes they joke, what the fire has done? There's no life in it. The life on earth, we can see. The life in water, we can see. The life in air, the birds fly, we can see. Why there is no life on fire? Therefore, Prabhupada continues that there is life on sun also. But our concept of life being, something else, we will not be able to understand. And we will think everything will burn. Because we have one kind of an idea. So you see, in the very beginning, when we take the knowledge from the Vedas, we take the first knowledge from the Vedas, that you will be happy by chanting Hare Krishna. And we did that, we find bliss in chanting Hare Krishna. So we are able to accept other elements of knowledge also which are revealed in the Shastra. Right? We are not the body, we are spirit, soul. Slowly start looking logical and reasonable. And you proceed on that, okay, one by one, we can understand this fact there is life on other planets. Okay. So this, in fact, Srila Prabhupada, when they talked about Shri Radha Govinda Ki, they talked about moon landing, so they were very excited. But Prabhupada says it's a waste of time. Even if now there is big effort being made in the world, we can go to moon, we can go to this planet, that planet. Even if we could go, what is the use? There also death is there. Correct? So Prabhupada just was not very excited about this traveling to other planets. He was not very excited. Okay, now let us see some quotations of Srila Prabhupada and I can talk on that. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Brahma Samhita says that it is very difficult to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead from the Vedas, but that he is easily understood from a pure devotee like Uddhava. The Lord, taking mercy on the great sages who lived at Badrikashrama, authorized Uddhava to speak on his behalf. Unless one has such authorization, one cannot understand or preach the devotional service of the Lord. While present on this earth, the Lord executed many uncommon activities, even traveling in space to bring down the Parijata from the heaven and recovering the son of his teacher, Sandipani Mani, from the regions of death. Uddhava was certainly informed of the conditions of life on other planets, and all the sages were anxious to know of them, just as we are anxious to know about the planets in space. Uddhava was particularly deputed to carry messages to Badrikashrama, not only to the sages of that place of pilgrimage, but also to the Narayana deities. Such messages must have been more confidential than the knowledge described in the pages of the Vedas. Srimad
Yeah,
Bhagavatam 3.4.32.
so there is a mention here, Krishna went
Yes, Yakoja,
to the
sir.
head. Krishna went to heaven. Krishna went to heaven, another planet, correct? The living entity is there. And took up a plant, Parijata, and the Devatas came to fight with him. Other living entities there. There is a mention in the, let us take out the instances to know about other planets. Okay? And then Krishna went to bring the son of his teacher, also from another planet. Arjuna went to Indraloka once, correct? And he was given half a seat. You know? Then he was given a curse also. So we know about that. You know about travel to Khatvanga Maharaj was fighting for the Devatas. There's a talk about other planets. Yes, give me the talk about other planets in the Bhagavatam as we discussed. Yes. In the Bhagavatam, talk about other planets. No talk anywhere. It only talks about Earth. Can anybody think about the life on other planets which is mentioned in the Shastra? Huh?
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. कौन सा?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Devahuti and Kardama Muni traveling to different
Yes.
planets.
Very good, very good. They traveled across the universe. There is a talk about the planets, है ना? They saw the different beautiful gardens, this, that. Then the Devatas along with Krishna went to Lord Shiva, Samudra Manthan, to ask Lord Shiva to come and do something about the poison, correct? Brahma Vibhon Lila, the Brahma hit, okay? Then again, the Daksha and the Devatas went to ask Lord Shiva for pardon after Daksha was killed, correct? His head was removed. Then again there is a travel, there is a description. Yeah, Rakshasas are fighting, and there is an instance where you can continue on that, but before I forget, when the Brahmana's children were lost, so Krishna took Arjuna across the universe, outside the universe. Okay? Any other place mention about life on other planet in the Shastra? Yeah, you were telling something. Take it. Any other place, mention of life on other planet in the Shastra.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Ah.
Brahma ji taking all the children.
Yeah, Brahma taking, we discussed that, yes. Then,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhruva Maharaj also Prabhuji.
Dhruva Maharaj,
Also traveling in space Prabhuji. At the
okay,
end of his stage.
yes,
May,
Hare
okay,
Krishna Prabhuji, that perhaps Chitraketu Maharaj, he travelled.
very good. Chitraketu traveling in his aeroplane, yes, very good, and seeing Lord Shiva.
To all the planets.
Huh?
Narad Muni traveling to all the planets.
Yes, yes, but give me an instance where he traveled and he did something. Narad Muni travels, yes. No other instances?
Narad Muni came to meet Vaishyadeva.
Nalakuvera, Managriva, Damodar Leela, they were cursed, correct? They were on another planet, they were cursed to come on earth, yes? Huh? So no other instances in the Bhagavatam, life on other planets?
Narad Muni coming to meet Vaishyadeva
Who?
when he was frustrated on writing the Lord Vedas.
Who? Ganeshji coming, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Prabhuji, Vidura was cursed and had to come from
Yes.
Yamaraj position.
Yes, yes, very good. Then, what did Durvasa? Durvasa Muni. Very good. Durvasa Muni traveled through the universe. That is discussed. Now, if see, suppose Prabhupada would not have defended this, then he cannot even teach. He had to take boldly on the face, correct? Otherwise, how do you teach Bhagavad? There are many so-called speakers today.
हनुमान जी की माता अंजलि was अप्सरा अपने पूर्व जन्म में थी और श्राप के कारण आई.
Very good, very good. Yeah, chalo. हम तो रामायण के expert नहीं. और बताओ.
Even Ganga, Devi Ganga, she came to earth.
Ganga coming to earth, there is a big description where she came and then Lord Shiva said, okay, I'll take it on my earth, and then it came on earth, and travel, there is a discussion. Very good. What are the instances?
Narada Maharshi.
Narada, yeah, he's always traveling. Yeah, then. Then.
वामनदेव पुत्र बलि महाराज के पाताल.
No, but it's talking about the whole universe, not only, the small planet Earth, It is talking about the sun. The whole fifth canto describes the whole universe. Then Sutala, then Bali Maharaj being told to go to Sutala, the planet, the planetary system. Then
Arjuna travels to
Vamanavatara. Vamanavatara is Devaloka. Arjuna?
Arjuna travels to Indraloka during his exile.
Yes, and he got cursed there.
And Arjuna went to Nagaloka.
Yeah, Nagaloka. Very good.
And Durba Maharaj grandfather coming to stop him when he was fighting with the Gandhavas.
Yes, Swayambhu Manu coming.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhu Muni Prabhuji.
Muchukukukunda. Muchukukukunda, yes.
Bhrigu Muni.
Muchukukunda, there is a discussion. He was fighting for the Devatas and he was very tired. He said, just give me some rest somewhere and give me the blessing. If somebody disturb me from rest, है ना? हम भी ऐसे सोचते हैं ना कि सुबह उठाएगा तो बिल्कुल दृष्टि से ही नाश कर देंगे उसको, है ना?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Even Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Varadeva, he fought with the Hiranyaksha in two different planets.
Whole planet, there is a discussion, whole planet is being moved, and where is he fighting? Garbhodaka ocean, there is a discussion of the universe, Garbhodaka ocean.
Parashurama. Prabhuji Parashurama.
Parashurama, what did he do?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hanumanji went to eat the sun. Hanumanji eat the sun.
Hanumanji traveled, yes.
So there is a discussion of the whole universe. Now, Prabhuji is just joking. Maybe 90% time he talks about other part of the universe, So much it talks about. Correct.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. भगवान वराह जब पृथ्वी को पाताल में लेके चले गए थे तो उन्होंने पृथ्वी को बचाया.
There is a discussion of the universe, isn't it? So we see everywhere there is a discussion of the universe. Okay? So Prabhupada had to defend it. He could not just keep it aside, so I will not talk about it. He talked about it boldly. And I will show you how boldly Prabhupada talked. Chalo, next.
The partial dissolution of the universe takes place at the end of Brahma's day does not affect all the planetary systems. The planets of highly learned living entities like the sages Sanaka and Bhrigu are not affected by such dissolutions. All the planets are of different types and each is controlled by a different Kala Chakra or schedule of eternal time. The time of our planet is not applicable to others, more elevated planets. Therefore, Vidura herein inquires about the duration of life on other planets.
Yeah, it's interesting. The whole fifth canto is discussion of life on other planet. There is a discussion of hell in the Bhagavatam. Not Earth, it's another planetary system. Oh, wow. There is whole canto goes about that. Huh?
Even Bhishmadev, he was this thing, Vasu.
Yes, Bhishma Dev is described as a Vasu. Yeah, now let Prabhupada in his elements banging the modern scientists. Yes, we'll take two conversations. You see how Srila Prabhupada talks about it. What? Morning walks. Yes.
Life on other planets. Srila Prabhupada, even on the sun and moon, there are living entities. What is the opinion of the scientists? Dr. Singh, they say there is no life there. Srila Prabhupada, this is not.
Your voice, take care of your voice. Your voice is coming and going. I don't know, my problem or your problem. Can you hear? Supriti Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'm not able to see the screen, Prabhuji.
I
need to scroll down, Prabhuji.
No, that's okay, but okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Dr. Singh, they say that there is no life on the moon because they did not find any there. Srila Prabhupada, why do they believe that? The moon planet is covered with dust, but within that dust, the living entities can live. Every atmosphere is suitable for life, any atmosphere. Therefore, the Vedas describing the living entities as Sarvagataha, which means existing in all circumstances. The living entity is not material. Although encased in a material body, he is not material. But when we speak of different atmospheres, we refer to different material conditions. Karandhara, they say that the moon's atmosphere is unsuitable for life, but all they can legitimately say that it is unsuitable for life as they know it. Srila Prabhupada, the Vedas say that the living entity has no connection with material things. He cannot be burnt, cut, dried up, or moistened. This is discussed in Bhagavad Gita too. Dr. Singh, scientists extend their knowledge about life on this planet, thinking that it must apply to life on other planets also. Srila Prabhupada, yes, they are thinking foremost of their own selves. They are thinking limitedly in terms of their own circumstances. This is what we call Dr. Frog's philosophy.
I laugh, no?
Once there was a frog in a well, and when a friend informed him of the existence of the Atlantic Ocean, he asked a friend, "Oh, what is this Atlantic Ocean?" "It is a vast body of water," his friend replied. "How vast? Is it twice the size of this well?" "Oh, no, much larger," his friend replied. "How much larger?" 10 times the size? In this way, the frog went on calculating. But what is the possibility of ever understanding the vastness of the great ocean in this way? Our faculties, our experience, and our power of speculation are always limited. The speculations of the scientists only give rise to such frog philosophy. Karandhara. The basis of what they call scientific integrity is that they talk only about what they can directly experience. Srila Prabhupada, you may talk about your experience and I may talk about my experience, but why should I accept your experience? You may be a fool, so why should I also become a fool? You may be a frog, but suppose I am a whale, why should I take your well as in all? You have your own method of acquiring scientific knowledge and have mine. Dr. Singh, because the scientists haven't detected any water on the surface of the moon, they have concluded that no water, no life could survive there. Srila Prabhupada, they haven't seen the whole surface of the moon. Suppose someone were to come here from another planet, drop into the Arabian desert, and then return home. Could he come to a complete conclusion about the nature of whole Earth? His knowledge would not be complete. Karandhara, they have a device that senses water. They say they have had it orbit the moon, and they have concluded that the moon has no water and therefore no life. Srila Prabhupada, even if, as on the sun, there is apparently no water, still there are living entities there. How does a cactus grow in the desert, apparently without water? Karandhara, it gets water from the atmosphere. Srila Prabhupada, yes, because the atmosphere contains all the elements needed to sustain life: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. In anything material, all these elements are present. For example, in my body, there is water, although you cannot see it. Similarly, you don't see fire in my body, yet my body is warm. Where does this warmth come from? You don't see any fire. Do you see any fire burning in my body? Then where does the warmth come from? What is the answer? Morning walk, life comes up, life.
So you see that how he's training his disciples, so confident. One thing you could see, so confident. If you are a fool, why I should become a fool? He's so confident that they are wrong. Scientists are wrong. I don't think in the modern day anybody, see, therefore that's a kind of realization. We may say, yes, we should not do sense enjoyment, but 24 hours of thinking of sense enjoyment, correct? So what our conclusions, our convictions are very shallow. But Srila Prabhupada, he shows his convictions so bold. Therefore he could, bring people to accept Krishna consciousness. Yes.
Prabhupada. Oh,
Another.
Krishnadasa? Oh, Krishnadasa? Some scientists say that there is no life in other planets, and some scientists say there may be. So, who is correct? Krishnadasa. Well, didn't the Yamudutas? You stated in your lecture yesterday that the Yamudutas say that what is truth is what is in the Vedas. So, assume from the Vedic knowledge that there is life on other planets, logically speaking also. Prabhupada, yes. How can you say there is no life? Krishnadasa. But the scientists are saying, though, that the nearest star to our, they consider the sun a star, and that the nearest star to us is 4 light years away, which means that they do not believe that there is life in this entire solar system in the planets nearest us. The moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Neptune, Jupiter, they assume it's either too cold. Prabhupada, no. We say in the sun there is life. Otherwise, how Krishna says, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam. Bhagavad Gita 4.1. The blessed Lord said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivaswan. And Vivaswan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind. And Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. I spoke this Bhagavad Gita science to the sun god. So, sun god is a death stone. And Krishna spoke to him. Bahulashva, they are very convinced, though, that they went to the moon, the scientists. Devotee 3. I was going to ask you, Prabhupada, is that the moon planet that we see, is that the same moon planet that's mentioned in the Shastra? The same planet? Devotees whispering in the background. Prabhupada, yes, same one. But the moon planet where they went, that is a dark planet. That is not moon planet. Krishnadasa. My father is a graduate of Berkeley and he majored in astronomy and chemistry and he's an atheist. And his logic is that it's very empirical, is that if there's other life, they have to have bodies similar to ours. Prabhupada, why? Krishnadasa. So it's impossible to have a life on the sun because we could not live there. That's the empirical way of Prabhupada. We cannot live there, therefore there is no life. Krishnadasa, that's what they assume. Prabhupada, but you cannot live in the water. Why there is life? Krishnadasa, well, yes, that is fish. Devotee, they don't have a body like yours. Krishnadasa, right. Prabhupada, what is this nonsense empirical? There are millions of living entities within the water, but you cannot live even for an half an hour. Krishnadasa, but to scientific knowledge, there is no life in fire. Prabhupada, why not? Fire is also one of the elements like water and earth. So if there is life in the water, life on the earth, why not in the fire? What is this logic? Bahulashva, actually everything is burning. Even this body is also on fire. Prabhupada, no, the material ingredients, 5 elements. Out of the 5 elements, fire is one of them. So if in the 4 elements there are life, why not in 5th? How do you say? That is their ignorance. Devotee 3. You say, even in the Shastra, Prabhupada, that there is so many living entities in this body, it's evident. Prabhupada, yes, that's a fact. As soon as the body is dead, so many living entities will come out. Why? How it is possible? How these living entities are coming? What is the reason? You say that the body is dead. So why from the dead body other living entities are coming? Krishnadasa, it becomes food for the other living. It becomes food. Prabhupada, food or whatever it may be. But the body, the ingredients of the body are complete to get life. You cannot say some chemical is missing. If it is missing, then how so many things, so many living entities are coming? There is nothing missing. Everything is there. You cannot say missing. What is that missing? You do not know. That is soul. Krishnadasa. When I first joined the movement, Srila Prabhupada, I used to listen to your lectures and then go to talk with my father. And then he would argue with me and I would find a question and come back and ask you. And find the answer and go back and argue with him. But the thing is, I always came up against is that if he assumes that there is life on other planets or that there is a supreme source, a supreme energy or God, then it destroys this entire life's work, his study. Prabhupada, then they are fools. They should stop all this education. This university should be broken.
You should laugh, huh? You should break all the... Yeah.
Because they are producing only fools, that's all. They should stop this education. Bahulashwa, donate all these buildings to you. But yes, the buildings will remain there, but they will be finished. What is this education? They do not know what is God, what is soul, and what is the meaning of education. Simply bodily concept of life like cats and dogs. So what is the use of education? They remain cats and dogs, that is no value. Morning walk, San Francisco. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
You see that? Prabhupada used to be, the devotees were enjoying life with him, you know. He speaks to see, one thing very interesting to see, Srila Prabhupada limited his teachings to particular level. He didn't talk about, you know, the work of certain works which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to listen, you know. Prabhupada said, no, that's not for us, you know, the intimate pastimes of Radha Krishna. And many devotees I saw, you know, when they get into information. See, there are two things when you are trying to understand the scripture. What is most important is conviction, faith, correct? So when you read Srila Prabhupada's book, read his conversation, what grows gradually is your faith, and you're working in that. But many devotees do not work on faith, they don't work on realization. They start getting trapped in information. And then and when Srila Prabhupada is giving clear faith, yes, God is there, yes, Krishna is there, you go back to Godhead. That's what you need. But they want certain area which are actually not Prabhupada recommended for us to enter. Because they want more information. They leave Prabhupada book, outside Prabhupada book, they start searching for more information. Just to embellish their classes with more information instead of, you see Srila Prabhupada, most effective preacher, correct? How simple he is. Whenever he is adding information, okay, I'll tell you something more, you know. No, nothing. It's very, very peaceful conversation. The realizations were what he was hitting people with. You know, hitting people with the realization. There was, I told you, when Srila Prabhupada came back to America, and Prabhupada started the movement, and then he fell sick. He came back to India, and after 6 months he went back. When he went back, there was a huge reception. When the reception was going in the airport, Prabhupada was made an arrangement, Srila Prabhupada addressed everybody right in the airport. Even now in the airport there is private launch. If you get access, you can do that. So then what happened, when this happened, they asked Srila Prabhupada to speak, he spoke. And the first thing Prabhupada said, looking at all devotees, please believe me when I tell you, you are not the body. And it shook the devotees. What conviction he was speaking. So always this should remain the element of our, I'll come. So this should remain our element of our conviction, that we work on realizations and conviction, not just information. I've seen so many devotees, this much I know, I want to know more, what more? No, certain things I want to know. But most of they are immaterial, useless. What was needed, Prabhupada has given, have faith. Prabhupada at least half a dozen right time. First you read my books clearly, develop strong faith. Okay? So very nice. So that nothing wrong with getting more information, but don't stop working on convictions and realization. That is more important. Correct? That is more important. You see that his conviction realization is, who speaks with this kind of faith? Who speaks? He is laughing. If you are a fool, why I should be a fool? He's so strongly speaking. So we are really fortunate to be at the shelter of such a great Acharya. Okay, so my request will be, just like, imagine reading to conversation itself, you came, how many conversations are there? Why don't you read them? Have you heard? In fact, one of the most pleasing things is to hear Prabhupada conversation in the morning, because Srila Prabhupada is speaking so informally. You don't find a lecture he is laughing. No, here you see he is laughing with his devotees. Very pleasant. Imagine just hearing them. Not only just reading, audio is available. Just put on one by, and you have to hear a little attentively. And sometimes transcript are also available at certain places. You can find transcript. And you see Prabhupada is walking with his cane, Vani, Pedia. So many devotees are created, so many database of Prabhupada works. And Prabhupada is walking, you can hear the cane sound, thak, thak, and the transcript you can see, and you can really enjoy. At least make one conversation a day. It will be very nice. And it's you can also feel you're walking with Prabhupada and how he is talking to devotees. So beautiful. Hare Krishna everybody. Anybody has any questions? So everybody is convinced life is there on other planets?
Yes, Prabhuji. We were always convinced.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. So we take leave now. Vancha kalpatarupascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patita navpamanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnaviti ki jai, Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur ki jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam.
Radha Govinda Darshan Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. You should come, no, to the temple.
Yeah, I'll come, Prabhu. I'll come in the afternoon. I am there, but I want to see in the morning.
Others, they should come. No, you are in Mangalore. Others,
Yeah.
they're lazy. They don't travel only. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Even in this planet, they are not traveling.
Jai Shri Radha Krishna. Govinda.
Hare Krishna.
Radha Govinda.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare.
Rama.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Rama.
एवढा चौघा
Jai Shri Radha Govinda.
Hare Krishna.
ज्या पहिला बारीक होते तसा आहे ना
Hare Ram.
नाही निघणार नाही बारीक बारीक